few weeks ago, I was riding in the lift, and this sister told me she saw one of my videos about the R. Kelly issue. I was like, right on, sister, I appreciate it. And she said, I don't respect your point of view. I don't respect your POV, brother. You so pro-black and all this, and you care about people. You don't care. He's doing this to destroy the community. I said, wait a minute. I said, I'm one of those guys who's a thinker. I think strategically. I'm a planner. I'm a calculated guy. So this is why I say I don't get on that. Because there is a long-term effect. There's a picture that has to be painted in order for mass incarceration and murder to be justified. There's also a plot and agenda to justify writing our greats out of history and replacing them with those people or individuals in other groups. It's not about hate or none of that. Hear me out. If it's about age, if it's about a man dating a younger woman, if it's about immoral acts, it shouldn't be surviving R. Kelly or the Neverland Ranch. It should be surviving R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, the Playboy Bunny guy. It should be surviving Charlie Sheen passing AIDS around. It should be surviving the Catholic priest. It should be surviving Elvis Presley. It should be surviving, what's that old dude, Jerry Lee Lewis? It should be surviving them all. If we know the culture shifts every decade or every 20 years, 15, 20 years or whatever, if because of biracial relationships, it's shown that the minority is going to be the majority of society, American society. We're not writing the history books because we want to be entertainers. If it's about a guy messing with women and he's bad for the culture, pardon me rappers, or pardon me hip-hop community, not all the hip-hop community, but current hip-hop community, I'm not going to not support this brother's music because I separate the man from his talent. Because if it's about the man, none of us should support any of hip-hop today because all of it glorifies the devaluing of our women and the destruction of the black community. No sin's greater than the next. That's why I always say, to get $1, you got to start with a penny. You got to start at the small stuff before you talk about addressing the big issues. So if you're not going to do it on the local level, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon for the great. Now, the same way those newscasters got on TV and said, oh, Gail, we were afraid for your life. Did you think he was going to hit you? He looked like a savage, a beast. When days move forward, and you constantly saying, I'm a beast mode, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a hard nigga, or I'm this, that, and the third, you paint a picture in other people's mind that it justifies them to kill you, it justifies them to treat you like you ain't shit, it justifies them to devalue our women, it justifies them to say they're poor people, and they're mental, they're not quite right. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're crazy. They wild. They're untamed. We are the only culture who bashes our people publicly. Not only publicly like that, but our big figures on other platforms that don't even belong to us. Even so, still, you don't see any other culture dragging their top tier people who have made current historical marks that are going to be long-term historical marks. We're the only culture that does that. So what that does for our history moving forward, how can we value or even add this person to our history, American history? Keep in mind, if we're not writing the history books, why would we add this person to our history if we know that they're savages, if we know that they're molesters and rapists? No. Elvis, everybody else, some of the presidents, everybody. A lot of people in other cultures have done worse. But they don't talk about that to protect the legacy of their culture. You gotta understand that. It's not about hating a culture over another. It's just about loving your own, loving yourself enough to understand long-term history and legacy. I'm not co-signing for R. Kelly and what he done. I know he done that shit. I'm not co-signing for nobody that does anything negative. I separate that man's personal life from his music because he's an entertainer. His job is no different from the person working at McDonald's. The only difference is his job allows him to be on TV because he's an entertainer. He's a regular person, just like you and I. So all I'm saying, people, is stop jumping on the bandwagon for that. I'm one of those people who concern myself with long term. Because I don't want to be down the road 5 years later. Whatever happened? Why he not in the history books? Or why this? Or why they coming to buy the neighborhood? Or why they trying to take these rights from us? Because we're the ones. Kill that motherfucker. He did it. He ain't right. Such and such. You got to stop it. You got to stop it. There are bigger fish to fry. There's a lot more going on in the community that really needs to be addressed. That's not one of them. Trust me.